Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're still joined by head wrestling coach O.T. Johnson. Coach, you've had some phenomenal performances so far from a handful of newcomers, but let's talk about returning heavyweight Chris Giddens right now. Chris has already won 2 tournaments and finished 3rd at the Pembroke Classic. He leads your team with 16 wins. Can you just talk about his performance so far this season and the pleasant dilemma you're going to have in your lineup at the heavyweight?
Well, I mean, that's something we've strived for from the time I got here with Coach Gibbs in the past, and you know, it is a great dilemma to have, as you alluded on, to be able to have depth at a weight class. You know, not only has Chris done a phenomenal job in winning 2 tournaments, which is something that we've, you know, felt like, you know, all of our heavyweights have the capability of doing. But Chris is, you know, he bought in. You know, he used his red shirt year the right way. He trained as if he was a starter, and he competed every tournament as if he was a starter, even though he wasn't going to wear the singlet at the end of the year to be the guy that represents the Braves. But like you alluded on, it's a great dilemma to have, because you know that if Chris was not to be the starter at the end and something was to happen to whoever the starter is going to be, he'll be able to step right in and be an immediate impact guy for us. So yeah.
Pretty good there for you. Some of your contributing newcomers have begun to surface for you. Jake Smith at 125 pounds, Richard Kirkus at 157 pounds, Stuart Nadeau at 184 pounds, and Brock Walker at 197 pounds. Have you gotten what you've expected from those guys, and how good can those 4 athletes be to help move the program forward?
Have we gotten what we expected? I think we've kind of see where these kids are capable of going as the season goes along, as the season progresses. But at the same time, you know, with the exception of Jake and Richard, which are 2 redshirt freshmen, you know, Brock and Stewart, we pretty much expected what those guys are doing now for them to be doing this far along in the season, because those guys have been with the program for a year, redshirting, and you know, Richard and Jake are 2 guys that have really come along and, you know, are doing a good job. But you know, I think what they are not used to yet is that grind of a college season that, you know, is still yet to come. You know, we're talking about December, January, February, where these guys are done with their season, where they have to wrestle basically to the end of February and hopefully, you know, into March. You know, that's something they're not prepared for. I think another guy you missed, it was Robert Shade. He's done a phenomenal job thus far, stepping in for Mike as Mike moved up. You know, this weekend he lost to 2 top 3 guys, second ranked guy by riding time, 4-4, and third ranked guy, 3-2. So he's done a phenomenal job. But again, all 4 of those guys, including the redshirt freshmen, have to deal with a full college season, which it can be brutal.
Well, the latest national rankings have you guys ranked at number 20, and that's an 8-spot drop from the preseason poll, despite faring well at the 3 tournaments and winning your first dual meet of the season. Can you sort of explain how the national rankings work in wrestling, who votes and things of that matter, and how the monthly regional rankings factor into that?
Well, the monthly regional ranking has everything to do with it. And so we're ranked 20th. That's where they say we're ranked, and that's where we are. I can't really... I'm not going to sit here and complain about why we're not ranked higher or why we should be ranked higher. That's where they have us ranked. They basically take each team in the region, they rank top 6 guys in each weight class, and they take points based off of that, and they accumulate the team rankings for the regionals, and they send it into nationals, and basically ranked the national ranking based on the regional ranking. We're ranked, I believe, 6th or 7th in the region, and out of the 5 teams that ranked ahead of us in the region are ranked ahead of in the national tournament, in the national poll. So it is what it is. If we can be ranked that high come regionals and national tournament time, we'll just have to go out there and get the job done. You know, rankings are good. I mean, it makes people feel good inside, but at the same time, it doesn't tell how you're going to perform at the national tournament or at the regional tournament. How you can be ranked 20th and have 2 guys ranked number 1 in their weight classes respectively, I don't know, but again, I'm not here to complain about it.
Right. You have two dual meets this season, both of them coming up in February. They're at home for you. What sort of things do you take into consideration every year when you plan your schedule? And are you guys disappointed that you don't wrestle in Pembroke all that much, or is that something that you'd much prefer?
Well, absolutely. When you have 2 guys that, you know, devoted 5 years to the program, and Mike and James, you kind of want to give them an opportunity to be wrestling in front of their home crowd more. But when we make the schedule, we try to do the best we can as far as just trying to get teams in here. But you know, with North Carolina having so much wrestling, college wrestling, it's a disappointment that we can't get, you know, some of these lower level Division I teams to come in here and wrestle us, or even go to their place for that matter. You know, it's very difficult when you have schools that are all within 2 hours of your campus that won't either allow you to come and wrestle them, or you know, come to your school and wrestle you. So in the past, we've had schools like school from Virginia, apprentice school, that would come down and wrestle us, but they have no interest in wrestling us anymore. But we do have 2 new schools that have added wrestling, Colbert College and Ferrum College, who both basically, you know, made it pretty clear that they want to wrestle us. So hopefully we can make that change in the future. Again, it's just something that happens, come to the territory.
All right, well, good luck, Coach, and good luck with the rest of your season. We look forward to talking to you soon on the Black and Gold Report. And when we come back, we're going to watch a student intern project, a day in the life of women's basketball player Taylor Galantine. So stay tuned.